Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody, and welcome to my SEC Week Number 2 reactions. In this first video of the day, we, of course, are going to be reacting to the SEC games being played this week. I got a lot I want to talk about during the Auburn-Cal. I also got a lot I want to hit on in Alabama, South Florida. Ole Miss will hit on a little bit of them as well, and I'll give some thoughts on Texas as well. But first, of course, if you guys are new to the channel, obviously you know what to do. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn that bell on as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that being said, starting at about 3 o'clock or so, I'm going to start rolling videos out every hour today. So 3, 4, 5, and 6, I think you guys will all have videos if I have enough time to get Dynasty out before I head to Saraland. Now, with that being said, highlight videos are being posted up all across the internet, or YouTube, Instagram. So, if you guys have seen them on the Instagram page, on Twitter, go like that. Helps us out here a bunch as well. This week we'll be at Saraland and we'll take a look at KJ Lacey, Antonio Coleman. We will also look at Dylan Alfred. We'll look at Sham, obviously, as well. With that being said, we got some SEC ball to talk about, so let's go ahead and react to the games that were played this weekend. Alright, starting off, we will go ahead and talk about number 1, Georgia hosting Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech actually held it to about 14 points in the second quarter, which I thought in the first quarter going into the second quarter, which I thought was good on them. But obviously, they go to Georgia, and in the second quarter, Georgia does what Georgia does best. Obviously, Carson Beck is a Heisman frontrunner right now. He is probably one of the best quarterbacks in the game right now. So, yeah, Georgia gets the job done there. Texas at Michigan, I'm going to save that one for last, and we will react to that one last. Another one that I want to go over really quickly is Florida at Samford. Now, Graham Mertz did get this win, yes, but DJ Lagway is going to be the guy for Florida this weekend against Texas A&M. I think DJ Lagway gives the best chance for Billy Napier to save his job. I'll talk about that coming up here in my SEC predictions, but he did have 3 touchdowns last week against Samford, which I thought was a good sign and a good development as well. So I think they will start him, and I'll talk about ways that impacts the game against Texas A&M coming up in my SEC predictions. But I think this is the best move that Billy Napier could have made, and Florida dominates Samford to move their win total to 1-1 on the year. Up next, obviously, we are going to be talking Houston at Oklahoma. I'm just going to go flip around here. Oklahoma, Jackson Arnold does not look that good. I don't know what it is, but Jackson Arnold is not going to compete in the FCC. I think this week is all about getting him the right reps. I think they start conference play with Tennessee this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see how that leads into conference play. But right now, Jackson Arnold's just not looking like the guy for Tennessee, or for Oklahoma, excuse me, at all. And with that being said, they narrowly escaped to Houston as well. Up next is Arkansas going into Stillwater and almost beating Oklahoma State. This game was a very fun game to watch. Went into double overtime. Obviously, both teams in overtime. They missed field goals, and that's how the game ended right there. And Ollie Gordon did what Ollie Gordon does best as well. And, yeah, Oklahoma State gets the job done as they prevail in overtime against Arkansas. A great win for them. I thought they were going to win this game, and they solidified that and won that game as well. Let's go and talk Ole Miss at Tennessee. Another one where Jackson Dart looks to be a Heisman Trophy finalist as well. He looks to be really, really good, as nobody's stopping this Ole Miss offense yet, and I don't see anybody stopping them this year at all, but we will see about that with Georgia and Texas as well. Buffalo at Missouri. Missouri has not allowed a point yet all season. I think that says something about their defense. Now, I know it is against Buffalo and a FCS school last week, but them not allowing the points that they did obviously says a lot, and their defense looks to be really solid this week as well. Let's go ahead and talk Texas at Michigan, as Quentin Ewers is him. He looks to be really, really good. Throws for 3 touchdowns. I don't think anybody's going to be able to stop this Texas offense. Maybe Georgia will be able to stop them, but I think that Texas is the guy, or Quentin Ewers is the guy at Texas. Sark is an offensive-minded kind of guy, so obviously that shows right here at 31-12, the final score being that. They were just able to run all over Michigan's defense in this game. And Quentin Ewers didn't have to do much through the air, but ground game wise for Texas, their running back room looks really, really good. And I don't see a lot of teams stopping this offense for the Texas Longhorns. Moving on, we are going to talk McNeese at Texas A&M. This game was a fun game if you're a Texas A&M fan, as they get the job done, bounce back and gets a win against Notre Dame, and good on them as they bounce back to 1-1 on the year. South Carolina at Kentucky, obviously, both teams' head coach kind of had to win this game. Shane Beamer is 3-0 against Kentucky now, I believe. Mark Stoops was kind of in the hot seat right there. I think Mark Stoops is going to be gone after this year at Kentucky. I really do. Now, again, Kentucky football fans do kind of settle for mediocrity because their football team is not the expectation of their basketball team. But with that being said, Kentucky, Brock Vanderbilt didn't look great at all during this game. South Carolina's defense was able to lock them down. And, South Carolina gets the job done as Shane Beamer wins it for the Gamecocks. Alcorn State at Vanderbilt. Obviously, Vanderbilt doing what Vanderbilt does best against Alcorn State. 55-0. Won the first week, won the second week. Vanderbilt is on a tear right now, and we shall see what will happen when they play Georgia State, to say the least. Now, Auburn hosting Cal. What on earth was this game? Peyton Thorne, obviously, you guys know by now it is Friday, so a week has passed. 4 interceptions on the day. Terrible game from him. But I specifically got to talk about that Cal defense, because the Cal defensive line, they were not joking and they were not playing around. I mean, number 10 on Cal was really good in this game and should have gotten ejected for targeting. I don't know what that was on the first targeting call that they decided, but I think the second one was kind of a give me if you're asking me. And Auburn loses to Cal, and they are starting Hank Brown this week, so that's going to be a little bit different. And I'm excited, but also kind of skeptical. I don't know what's going to go on with the quarterback situation here at Auburn. However, I look to the future and think 2026, 2027 is going to be one of the years that Auburn tries to compete in the SEC. Nicholls at LSU. Obviously, LSU gets the job done. After allowing 7 points in the first quarter, they break away and get the job done there. Tennessee at NC State. I'm telling y'all, it is Nico Iamaleava time, for Tennessee. Tennessee fans, this offense looks fantastic. I don't see anybody stopping this offense, really. I think they're going to compete with Bama at home. I really do. I think this year's all about for Nico, his progression. And, Tennessee looks really good, and I don't see anybody stopping them anytime soon. South Florida at Bama is the one we are going to end it here. And Bama, up until the fourth quarter, if you didn't watch this game and just looked at the final score, you wouldn't have known what happened here. But I don't know what went on in the Bama huddle at the fourth quarter, but something clicked, and Jalen Milroe to Ryan Williams does what Jalen Milroe to Ryan Williams does best. And they get the job done against South Florida, and they struggled early on in the year, in that game as well. Anyway, that is where I'm going to leave the first video of the day. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that being said, SEC predictions are coming up next. Then you'll have a couple Dynasty games if I have enough time. But that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.